I actually started using drugs and alcohol as a teenager.
I was shooting meth and shooting heroin. Being pregnant isn't enough to make you stop using.
New at 6, addicted mothers struggling to get clean while their newborn babies fight to stay alive. It's a South Carolina epidemic, destroying lives and costing you millions.
Now a 7 on Your Side investigation. Gordon Dill is joining us with simple steps that can help rebuild families and put your money back where it belongs. Gordon.
Forget everything you have seen and heard about the faces of meth, because this is the face you need to remember. This 4-month-old adorable baby boy is one of a dozen or so I've seen in the last 2 weeks born with illegal drugs already in his system. It's a national epidemic, and our neighboring states have seen the number of babies like this one skyrocket. So imagine our surprise when we learned South Carolina's Department of Social Services has no system for tracking these cases. You're looking at an upstate nursery unlike any you've seen before. Serenity Place in Greenville is the only place in our area where addicted mothers get clean alongside their newborn children. Some of them exposed to illegal narcotics while still in the womb.
You're pregnant.
Yes.
You're still using meth.
Yes.
Women here, like Tricia Likens, told us they were willing to share their stories because they hope to expose just how many South Carolina mothers and babies are in danger. Tricia's son is just 4 months old. He tested positive for meth at birth. Shirley Daniel, here with her 2-month-old daughter, was convicted of cooking and selling meth in 2012. She's also an addict.
I was the mom who read the pregnancy test. It said I was pregnant, put the pregnancy test down, and shot up.
New numbers show a dramatic increase in babies born struggling with acute drug withdrawal from painkillers, meth, and cocaine. In Kentucky, a state study found the number of babies hospitalized there for those symptoms soared from 67 in 2001 to nearly 1,000 in 2013. In Tennessee, the numbers tripled. And in South Carolina, we have no idea, because while pregnant addicts aren't hard to find, have you met other women who were pregnant and using drugs?
Yes.
How often does that happen?
More often than you think.
You knew 20 other pregnant women who used while they were
In
pregnant?
and out throughout the time that I have been using it.
The South Carolina Department of Social Services isn't tracking the size, the growth, or the spread of the addiction problem. State law requires hospitals to notify police and DSS every time a newborn tests positive for drugs. But most of those cases are classified as child neglect, which means that while DSS can easily tell us how many children have been neglected in each upstate county, nobody, not the state or the police, has any idea how many of South Carolina's children are born on drugs.
We don't track the numbers because we haven't really looked to track those numbers yet.
Candace Lively is senior attorney for the Children's Law Center at USC. Her group designed the checklist police use when they find a child at a working meth lab. Lively told us that because the state makes no effort to track the number of babies born to drug-addicted mothers, treatment is slower and less effective, and the taxpayer costs keep growing. Each baby born with drug symptoms costs $50,000 to $60,000 in neonatal treatment.
You're talking tens of thousands of dollars difference, and those funds are being paid for by the taxpayers.
State Representative Rita Allison has sponsored several successful child welfare laws. We showed her our findings, including the state's failure to organize information it already has.
There's really not a major cost in this. The information is there.
Allison told us she would begin the legislative process of forcing DSS to properly classify the babies who are born on drugs. In the case of Tricia Likens, DSS did take her child from her home 12 days after he tested positive for meth. Tricia and the other moms here are doing the work to get clean and repair their families. And Serenity Place will have no shortage of new babies to take their place. The numbers keep adding up. I did call a DSS spokesperson who told me this plan of ours to track the numbers is under consideration. Since that call, more than 2 weeks ago, we made more than a dozen other attempts to interview somebody at the agency about this topic. DSS is not returning our calls. Again, tracking this trend is not going to cost you anything. It's information DSS already has. It's a matter of organizing it and taking action. After we started asking questions, those changes are already underway. And now we're not going to let go
until it's done.